Alright, I'm picking up here. I'm heading to the next district in Paris. So I'm gonna do one last errand before I head over to Green Valley. Now this is the place with the shopkeepers, but there's one person I'm gonna talk to, and he's right in front of me. That one. Yeah, the Piroshki. Yeah, Piroshki, I think. I give it to him, and he gives me, in exchange, stuffed panda. Now I'm gonna hold on to that panda for quite a while, because I don't meet the person who needs it until much later in the game, like probably 2/3 of the way into it. Now I have to head to the valley. This is one of my favorite places in the game, and I'll show you why. But first we have to endure a cutscene. I don't think this is technically a long one. It didn't feel like a long one, so... Well, we're stepping into the middle of the Ottoman Empire. What do you expect? Oh well, when in Rome. And guess who's back?
You?
It's Lawrence!
Huh?
Well, it's been a long time.
Oh, this guy.
Yes, well, everyone seems to think that you've come here to kill him.
Him?
Bishop Jovis. He is their priest, you see. Well,
He
you might
kind
even call him
of
their
reminds
god.
me a bit of John Cleese. I don't know if he's the same voice actor. Then again, games don't really hire very fancy voice actors. Like, the Star Wars games don't have a lot of the people from Star Wars, they just have impersonators. Okay. Now he explains a few things. Yeah, tell us. See, did you see that coming? You should have. After all, he knew a lot about Sapientus Gladio, and he called himself an explorer. Which doesn't fit together. Now, again, he's T. Lawrence, or Thomas Edward Lawrence, Lawrence of Arabia. And, there's a reason why Lucy is calling him Mr. Lawrence, because you'll figure it out that they're betrothed. And there is a point in the game where Lucia does get a costume called the Bride's Dress. I should show it to you soon, but I forgot to. Okay, now my plan is to get some armor. Since I discovered you can get new armor at this shop, but first I have to sell some of the old armor that I have. Now this is going to take a bit of time because I discovered that I accidentally did something wrong. And what that was in effect, I tried to eat more than I could chew. I guess that isn't how the proverb goes, but nonetheless, they won't allow... You can buy a certain amount of items, but the issue with it is that you can only get, at this point, let's see, I can't buy without a discount. So if I don't succeed in the discount room, which I didn't, I don't get it. And I was trying to figure out why I didn't get it until I realized, oops, I didn't get it. So that's why I actually had to go and check. Now let's try this again. I should have enough money to get armor. I don't know why I have a lot of money, or not a lot of money now. Because the thing I've learned in RPGs, or Japanese RPGs, is that you can get a lot of money way late in the game. So you start out with a little, but don't be surprised if you end up with a lot later on. I'm gonna equip Blue Cape and Plastron, whatever that is. Now I'm gonna sell all the stuff that I don't need, because I don't have a lot of money, and I would like to use some just in case I really need it. And I wasn't too enthusiastic about selling my weapons. I usually do it last if I'm desperate. But then again, I won't need some of the weaker ones anyways, so might as well sell them. This is the part I was talking about, the part that I really like. Personally, I don't call them fusion monsters. I usually just call them spirits. They call them spirits, gods. I just call them usually fusion souls. It's just fusion monsters for me just sounds tacky. Wait, you never heard of King Solomon? It's like the girl with the centipede crawling up her leg. And what she does is she offers these little fights. They're called pit fights. You don't get money, you don't get experience, and you don't necessarily get items from beating them, but if you beat them as a whole, you get a prize. And I discovered this one's a bit longer, so it's gonna be a little cut. What I decide to do is I will show you one pit fight in a series. In that way, I won't have to show every pit fight in the game, so you can solve some of them on your own. Plus, this one is pretty easy because these are the weaker enemies. But then again, these are the mini-bosses in the Mutant Fissure, which take quite a bit of time to die. And I'm gonna fuse with Barbarian because fusions usually have certain buffs and their stats increase. And the stat increase for Barbarian is Strength, which is physical attack. So I'm gonna take that and use that to my advantage. Oh yeah, I never got attacked by these things. It's kind of funny though. Now, since this thing has like a 200 or so HP, I'm gonna use Energy Charge. And now I have to wait again and get beaten up again. Okay. Now he will die. Oh, these things. Yeah. Attack the Lang Sewer first, especially if you don't have a mirror bracelet equipped, which I don't. And now they're gonna start doing crazy things. And this is the point where I got a little disappointed because I got Blind Ring. There we go. This means that all my hit areas are covered, and I can't see a thing. But that's okay, since I only use physical attacks at the moment, I'm not really that concerned. As you can see, I can hit the areas, but I don't get perfects very often because I don't know exactly where they are. I'll get rid of this one. I set my Dazzle system to record 10 minutes, And it's reaching that point, so I'm gonna wrap up soon, and see you later.